work.
If you don't get your ass to work, if your ass isn't at work when I'm back,
At to work.
at work,
Then what?
I'm a flip. I'm a
I'm a
flip.
flip.
I'm gonna do a backflip.
I've never done one before, but I'll do one.
You never done it? I can do it on the trampoline.
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, I think I can.
Oh my god, so much confidence. Yeah, it's been a while, but I think I can. No way. Next time I'm with you, we're heading straight to the trampoline.
Straight to the tramp.
We don't open our mouths until we've tried to backflip in front of each other.
First guy to do a backflip wins.
Yes. What if we do it at the same time?
And we have to high five in the air.
Oh, wow.
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 I can't believe isn't in the app. This is fucking gold.
Okay, well, we can start the app with that and then go into this. Hello. Hello everyone. Welcome to number 3 on the docket of Shea and Jordan Go Boating, the movie mapping podcast. Movie mapping podcast. I did it with my hands. MMP.
When I do this, I
Um,
look like the alien remains that were found. Did you see those?
I did not see the alien remains that were found. Can you make them your screensaver or your background
Yeah, one
on the
sec.
chat?
They're kind of
I'll keep introducing in the meantime. Um, this is a movie mapping podcast, and we're already starting to create our little web of movies. So each episode will pick a film that links to the previous week's film. First off was Carlito's Way, the Al Pacino, Brian De Palma flick, and we took the Leguizamo route. Wow, that's crazy. That's an alien.
evidently, yeah.
Is it real?
I don't know. They don't know.
What is? Can you read me the caption there? Because I can't see it. Your big ass head is blocking it.
My big fat head. Remains of alleged non-human beings revealed in congressional hearing in Mexico. I was reading the
Oh my
tweets,
god!
and
It,
there's some.
yeah,
They have 3 fingers. They don't appear to have nasal passages, like Ethan peeping in.
yeah. She's bringing me my coffee.
She was not interested in the
I got the
remains.
Northern Line mug this
Northern Line
time.
today.
Issa,
I
did you see
already.
this about the alien remains? The alien remains. Move your big fat head, Shay. Did you see this alien?
Whoa,
It's real.
that's so cool. They were right.
They were right. They look just like that. Yeah.
I want to believe.
Last time you had the picture
Oh, thanks.
I'm so cool.
You want to believe.
I want to believe.
The way you phrased that, it sounded like you were starting a whole sentence, but I realized you're doing that Fox Mulder business.
Fox Mulder.
Fox Mulder. Are you Fox Mulder? This is the great Carol Kane. This is the episode that they cut from the series where he goes to England. Are you Fox Mulder?
Are you Fox Mulder? They have like a big fan base over there.
Yeah. Are you Fox Mulder? We want to believe over here. Oh,
Fox Mulder in it.
Anyway, so as I was saying, this is a movie mapping podcast. First was Carlito's Way. We linked that. My cat just knocked over a bottle. She's just trying to.
By the way, the way
show.
you say bottle is so stupid.
How do I say it?
Bottle.
Bottle. She's not over a bottle. She did. It's true.
What? Especially when you go water bottle.
Like water bottle. Water bottle.
So
wow,
dumb.
that actually tickles you. Anyway, this is the movie mapping podcast. First was Carlito's Way. We did the Leguizamo link. He's the actor in that movie. He was also in Summer of Sam, which we did last week. And this week, we've used the... Oh my God, are you going to let me fucking finish?
Sorry, keep going.
And we used the link Michael Imperioli co-wrote, executive produced. Why are you stroking the screen? And starred in... Well, he had a tiny role in Summer of Sam. So we've jumped to his role in the Cindy Sherman flick, Office Killer of 1997. Okay, now we can keep doing our shtick. Now people know what the podcast is.
You know what was kind of fun? So I've been watching all these movies with my mom, other than Carlito.
Movies with my mum, the alternate name of the podcast.
That's my side podcast.
What? You
That
didn't tell me about that. What the
you're
fuck?
not supposed to know about. Anyways, my mom was like, "Can I guess the link?" And she did.
She guessed the link from Summer of Sam to this.
Yeah.
How?
What do you mean?
How'd she guess? Like before the movie even started?
No. She was like, "Can I try to see what the link is?" Or
Oh,
So
but it's
come the
still
title
impressive.
cards, which I like want to talk about so badly.
Oh my god, we'll get to the title cards. Don't you
Okay,
worry.
fine.
Um, you hadn't seen this movie before, huh?
No, I mean I'm familiar with Cindy Sherman.
Hey, Cindy.
Hey,
Hey,
Cindy.
Cindy. Wanna watch a movie? Hey, I mentioned Scary Movie 1 before the podcast started, remember? And now I'm mentioning it again.
Yeah,
And I mentioned it in the last episode.
you mentioned Scary Movie more than anyone has or will.
So, what people should know about me as a person is that in my childhood, I didn't grow up watching The Lion King and what's another one of those movies? The Pixar ones or some shit.
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. I've never gone down there with Ariel to down the sea, but I have been down to uh, um, Anna Faris's crotch region for that joke that I explained
Anna
to you earlier with the
Faris.
barbed wire. It's pronounced Anna.
No, it's pronounced Anna. Are you being silly?
I'm such a silly goose. Anyway, I was watching as a kid. I was watching Scary Movie and American Pie, and those are all the movies that sort of brought me up.
Dumb and
Which is,
Dumber.
yeah, which explains why I am the mess that I am today. You know,
Why you're a little stupid little idiot.
well, I'm a stupid little pervert, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah. On the first
How about you?
episode, you said something. You were like, I was like, Penelope Ann Miller looks good, looks good in green. And then you go, yeah, she also looks good not in green. And then you go, you fucking pervert. And I'm like, are you talking to you or me?
I was talking to you.
But I didn't say it.
Yeah, you thought it though. You
Yeah,
dirty
I
dog.
did. You dirty dog.
I know what you meant when you said she looked good in green. I saw it in your eyes.
No, I did. I genuinely meant she looks good in green. You fucking
Honest,
pervert.
honest, mister.
Honest. I didn't mean nothing. Um,
Yeah. What movies were you raised on? Were you raised on actual children's movies? Or were you also raised on things that taught you to disrespect women?
um, I didn't actually. I similar to you. I didn't watch a ton of Disney movies, although I did watch some of them. But I didn't particularly love them or anything. It wasn't like a
Yeah, it's
stan.
strange how you've become a Disney adult all of a sudden as
No, it's
well.
so
Considering,
weird. Like I love Mickey now.
show everyone your Mickey tattoo.
I don't know.
Wow. She doesn't really
Wow.
have one.
Um, but I also remember I remember watching U571 a lot, like the Das Boot ripoff.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And I'm trying to think of we watched I feel like I watched like the movie Independence Day a lot, speaking of aliens.
Oh, sure, sure. Which is why you're
Um,
such a believer.
I want to believe.
I think it's just I do believe at this point.
I just do believe.
Has
But
everyone on the internet been doing Fox Mulder reactions to all of this shit?
I haven't really been looking at all. I actually got the news later than most last night, right before bed, and I was getting scared.
Oh, was there a little boy on your street corner holding newspapers being like, read all about it?
Yeah, yeah. Extra, extra.
Extra, extra. Alien has 3 fingers.
That's a
That's
good
all
little
it says
boy.
is the thing. Alien has 3 fingers.
That's the thing I really latched on to was the 3 fingers.
I got a new water bottle today.
What a ball.
Water bottle.
It's cool.
But it's just simple and it was very cheap.
Is
I
it
just
for
need one,
footy?
you know. It's mainly for my footy. I'm a big footy guy these days. That was me. That noise is me putting my lid on, by the way, for anyone just listening.
I always forget there are people who aren't visually watching.
Yeah, I mean, this is a podcast after all.
A pod.
But we let the people watch us.
We like being
Which
watched.
we like to be watched, yeah.
I never wink in real life, but because I can see what is this?
This is me like looking over my shoulder to see that I'm being watched
It,
and kind
it
of liking it.
it doesn't. It looks like you're holding a towel. Like
It looks like okay, well that's also good. Like, oh, I've been caught in my towel.
yeah, that's also very Scream.
I saw a lady caught in her towel. I caught a lady in her towel earlier today, actually.
You caught her like in that.
Well, I was just walking down the street, and she was at her front door, just in a towel. Man,
Oh
crazy.
shit!
It was
What a
crazy.
sexy day it's been
You
already.
you should have seen my eyes, man.
They're
Just,
like
popped
woo.
right out.
Yeah,
Woo, woo, woo.
a wooga.
A wooga, and a little love heart popped down my chest too.
Can you tell I've had a lot of coffee already today?
That's great. You do seem pretty energized for so early in the morning in your side of the pond.
I thought you were gonna say neck of the woods, but I guess what you said is more accurate.
Yes. You got a lot of woods near where you are?
Mm-hmm.
You got a
Sort
lot
of.
of neck. I gotta
You
tell
know,
you
I will
that.
a lot of a lot of
Neck.
neck.
Ooh, a lot of neck there, I see, Shay.
Today is
Show
a
everyone your neck.
sexy ep, dude. No, I'm modest. Um,
Mm.
I don't know. What were we talking about?
Well,
Cindy
weird, Shay, that you
Sherman?
just changed into a turtleneck. Embarrassed about something.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, we're talking about Cindy Sherman, I guess. Well, we're talking about Office Killer today. That's what we're talking about. Office Killer.
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 Office
Killer.
killer.
Office Killer. I made plenty of notes. I had seen this movie before myself, but it was many a year ago, many a moon ago. So I barely remembered it, but it did kind of come back to me as it was going on.
That tends to happen.
How
What would
aware of the
always
movie were you?
I guess I had not heard of it and didn't know what it was.
I guess I had no idea what the fucking thing was. I just had no fucking clue.
My ex and I, when we would watch movies that I had already seen, I'd be like, I don't remember the movie. And then I'd be like, oh, I feel like that guy's the killer. And Caleb would be like, don't fucking say that. Like, you're just remembering that person's the killer. And I was
So
really
you just
bad
said
that way.
you just said your boyfriend's name, ex-boyfriend's name, so she would bleep that out.
I don't care.
I'm just joking.
Oh, okay. I know, but
Also,
I
be
did
interesting
notice
if
how
your
I
ex.
said my ex and then I said Caleb.
Oh, you noticed that. So, for anyone who didn't know, this is breaking news. Do you remember when we broke the news on the pod about Al Pacino breaking up with his girlfriend?
This is just like that.
This is just like that.
We love to break up news.
Breakup news. Welcome to breakup.
But you know who's
news.
still standing?
Jordan and Shea. Who?
Hong Sang-soo and Kim Min-hee.
You joking? You looked into this, did you?
No, but when I Googled her name, nothing came up about them not being together.
Wow. Okay, now we've got the Hong Sang-soo in.
That's the K-drama
right?
corner, remember?
That's the K-drama corner, exactly. I love having all of our corners. Corner.
So we got so many corners. We're like an octagon or something.
Yeah. Is that what you landed on? We're an octagon.
Yeah, is that
you
good?
Happy with that?
You think that's good? Your work?
Did I ever tell you about this? Whenever I used to get a haircut when I was a kid, I'd come home and instead of saying, "Oh, nice haircut," my mom would go, "Are you happy with your haircut?"
Oh my god!
I know, right? Pretty cutting.
No wonder you're so insecure now.
Yeah, it's why I'm wearing a hat right now.
I know the real reason why.
Because I was just napping.
Yeah. You didn't let me say it.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to out myself, you know.
Did you have any dreams recently? Out one.
I had some pretty scary dreams recently. I don't remember the details, but they've all been pretty intense.
Scary in what way? Like social anxiety, scary, or like a monster?
A bit of horror. Last night, my teeth were sort of like in braces, but then they were like being pulled out, and these guys were trying to break into this room that we were all in. It was creepy. It's creepy,
I
scary.
used to always have teeth falling out dreams as well.
See, I know that they're extremely common, but I hadn't had one for a long time. Why are you showing
Yeah,
me
I
your
haven't had
necklace?
one as an adult, or maybe I rarely do as an adult, which I am one.
I'm glad that you clarified that for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for showing me your necklace. Do you want me to show you mine?
Yeah, I feel like you don't have yours out enough because we need
I was gonna say, I'm afraid I'm gonna get hate crimed in my own house.
You never know. Issa might have
Whoa.
biases.
Inari just swiped at me.
Whoa!
Inari's my cat. Inari's my cat, by the way. Not food.
Not food.
Not food.
Inari,
food didn't just swipe at me. I guess we should start talking about the movie at some point.
I've seen your cat unprompted attack you, so she might be anti-Semitic.
Yeah, she is a vicious little fucker. But she loves me, and that's all that matters. She thinks I'm a toy. I think that's the problem.
Is she the kind of cat that thinks you're her equal?
No, I think she does respect me sometimes. Like, she does sort of look up to me sometimes, but she will then turn around immediately, just treat me like a fucking toy, literally just like a toy, just bat me around. I'm used to women treating me like a toy, to be honest.
Yeah, you have a lot of art pieces about how you're used and objectified.
Yeah.
By women.
This is the face I'm always making.
Is that you and your towel?
That's me and my towel again, yeah. A lot of my artwork is me and my towel. Self-portraits of me and my towel.
You're much like Cindy Sherman.
Speaking of self-portraits, Cindy Sherman. Hey, Cindy.
Hey, Cindy.
Wanna make a movie? That's what the producers said to her in order to get her, a famous photographer,
to make a movies?
You like making movies? Yeah, let's talk about Office Killer. It's the movie from 1997.
That was the year I was born.
Congratulations. Were you born pre or post Office Killer in terms of time of year? Do you know? Speaking US release.
Pre. I'm just guessing because I was born in January 6th.
Oh, must be pre. Yes. So this was with Cindy Sherman at the helm.
Was it you who didn't know what January 6th was?
Yeah, it was me who didn't know what January 6th was. You and JM mocked me.
Well, me and JM are American.
Well, JM's not even American.
I know. I'm just kidding.
but he acts like one. He's so interested in American politics, you'd think he would be. But for my people, explain what January 6th is and your thoughts and feelings about what happened that fateful day.
Take a stand.
I'm taking a knee, actually.
I'm taking the podium. I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know. Stand up on that soapbox, my friend.
Yeah. All right.
We don't have to talk about January 6th.
Let's move on. Yeah, let's not.
So Cindy Sherman is a photographer. You like Cindy Sherman? You like her work?
I do. I mean, yeah.
I'm not so keen on her modern stuff, you know. She went from the realm of sort of like actually no, a lot of her work has always been kind of garish, but like it's much more like primary colors in your face, like feels more like to the point her current work, you know. But Cindy Sherman, I guess she sort of rose to prominence in the 70s. Her film stills.
Yeah, she started out making
was the most famous one, right?
She started out making paintings, and then she was like, everything that has been done in paintings has been done. So I want to I want to take images.
Mm-hmm.
And she was inspired by film.
Absolutely, aren't we all? Everyone here on Shea Jordan Go Boating podcast are inspired by film.
In one way or another. And yeah, her film stills are probably her most well-known.
I love them.
and it's basically their self-portraits of her recreating images of women in various poses and
Yeah,
costume.
it's sort of inspired by 50s, 60s
50s, 60s.
European cinema and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I think over time they became like she used more like prosthetics and
Yeah.
weirdo shit that is kind of shown in this movie. Similar stuff is
Yeah,
shown in
yeah,
this
yeah.
movie.
So I was looking into oh no, felt like you had an intake of breath that felt like you had another point.
No, I feel like I feel like I had nothing else to say, and you really picked up on that, and you went ahead and said something.
Okay, cool. And then I drew attention to it and dragged this out for an extra minute that we didn't need to have.
Yeah, so
You go ahead, cut. You go ahead, cut that.
I thought that was good stuff.
Yeah, that's good content. There was her series called Disaster from the 80s. Have you seen these?
Mm-hmm.
So these are very much like her leaning towards the more like horrific and prosthetic and kind of the grosser side of her work in a way.
The spooky, the scary,
The
the
spooky, the
nasty,
scary, the nasty, yeah, all of the above,
the
and
gory.
the gory, the gore.
Behind like our Zoom are all these pictures of aliens. I just realized I keep like staring at them.
Oh, you're in an alien mindset.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
and the 90s were a time when people were allowed to make movies they wanted to make. Can you imagine?
No,
Can you imagine, Shay?
I
That
can
there's a
try to
time when
imagine, but it's
money
really
was being put into art house experimental horror movies like this.
it is kind of crazy this movie was made.
Yeah. Well, it just came at a time. It's kind of like when there was that boom in the 60s. It's like people giving money to young filmmakers and stuff. There was this thing in
Yeah,
the 90s again with like, um,
bring that
uh,
back.
yeah, exactly, with like
And not
mirrormates and
for the
Manson and stuff.
Regal pre-show.
I don't know what any of those words mean.
Oh my God. You are so lucky.
Can you
Regal
explain?
Regal has these little horrible awful films that they let young film students make. They like fund them and they're like really high production or like
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And they're all around like being at Regal or whatever. And there was one that they showed for so fucking long. And it was just like all these people horribly saying famous movie quotes, like in the worst acting possible. And then like it's so shoehorned in. It was like the most cringe, awful thing. I want you to see it so bad. But anyways, yeah, don't do that anymore.
Send me a link. Send me a link.
Okay.
I mean, not right this second. You can do that at the end of the episode if you want.
I want to forget.
But yeah, so I believe Cindy Sherman was approached by one of the producers on the movie to be like, "Hey, do you want to make a movie?"
There's a top video is Regal Cinema's new ad with movie lines references explained.
Explained.
In case you
I love those
they like
explanation
they're
videos.
tearing it apart and analyzing it.
We should title this episode "Office Killer Explained."
Yeah, we get a lot of clicks.
Oh yeah, I love a bit of clickbait. Um. Anyway, yeah, she was approached to make a movie by these producers. There was this sort of like in my research, I actually did a lot of research on this. That's disgusting shit. I actually did a lot of research on this movie because did you know there's a whole book about this movie?
What? No, I
Yeah, there's a
didn't.
whole book dedicated to this film, and it takes the film like minute by minute as well, which is wild. I didn't
Holy
read the whole
shit.
thing, obviously, but there was a lot of great information in there. But there was this sort of misconception that she was like a hired gun, like to
Who was
direct
a
it, but
hired
like
gun? Oh.
Cindy Sherman, but obviously not. Like she co-wrote the thing, and um,
You know who else co-wrote it?
her.
Todd Haynes.
Todd Haynes, additional dialogue by Todd Haynes. I did
Thank you,
notice
Todd
that.
Haynes.
Thanks, Todd Haynes. This one goes out to you, buddy.
You excited for his new movie?
May
May
December.
December.
May December be with you. Fucking. I don't. Not really.
Why not?
Are you? I'm kind of over the Haynes. Let someone else have a go. Let someone else have a pop.
I'm excited for it.
It's another one of his relationship movies, huh? I'd like to see him go back and do something a bit weirder, like Safe.
I agree. But we don't know how weird this will be.
Yeah, true. I guess. I saw Carol, just like everyone else did. um, but I must confess, when I saw Carol, it was back when I used to drink a little bit, right? I don't drink anymore. I'm stone cold
Really?
sober. Yeah. Um,
It's like
so
you were
it's that
drunk?
old, this movie. So, well, basically, I went to see it with my parents at the cinema, and I knew that they wouldn't want wine, my parents, but I got a glass of wine, and then I was like, I'm gonna go get another drink before the film starts. And I went and got a bottle and like an extra glass or two. And my parents were not gonna have any. So I ended up drinking this whole bottle of wine. And uh I don't really remember the last like half an hour of the movie, and I've not seen it since. And apparently on the way out, I was clinking my glass really loud and shout, like basically like, raised my voice, being like, "Did you like the movie?" And they were
Oh
really
man.
embarrassed. And then they drove me home and offered to buy me chips on the way home. That's fries for you. And I said no, and I refused. And then I went to bed at 9 p.m.
Yeah, I can
That,
imagine. I was gonna say you
that's my
threw up.
relationship with the movie Carol. No, I didn't throw up.
I have a similar story about seeing Incredibles 2.
Oh my god, that's more recent. That's more embarrassing. Go ahead.
Um, excuse me. Uh, for some reason when I saw Incredibles 2, I had like 3 drinks and maybe more. I don't know why I really wanted to get fucked up for Incredibles 2.
Just to
And
get through
then
it, I bet.
and then all I remember is the horrible like pre-show. What do you call those? Like the little Disney shorts.
Oh, the one with the bow bun.
Mm, oh, was it that one or was it the
Yeah,
volcano?
it was the bow bun one.
Okay, that's all I remember. I think I fell asleep for the whole movie. So I
Wow.
haven't really seen Incredibles 2.
When I went to see Incredibles 2, I was naturally there was a child sitting next to me, like a 8-year-old child, and he was just farting the whole movie, and it stank. So that was a bad experience for me. That's all I really remember. That and not enjoying the movie. Mm, pretty gross, huh? Well, that's
Yeah,
tickled you. Fart jokes get you, huh? It's not even really a fart joke. It's just a fart truth.
for truth.
How
um
the
no
fuck
one
did
had
we get onto this?
I don't know. Oh, because we were talking about Todd Haynes and you got really drunk to see Carol.
Oh yes, of course.
I probably had a drink during. No, I didn't. I think I was underage when Carol came out.
Yeah, I wasn't. I'm a grown lad.
But I remember not loving it, and then I watched it since then, and I thought, okay, that's pretty good.
Once you realize women are sexy.
Yeah, I hadn't found that out yet. I was quite
Yeah,
young.
yeah. As I told you, I saw American Pie as a kid, so I knew women were sexy from the get go.
Actually, when we were talking about like Disney movies and stuff, I was remembering I said Little Mermaid. And I remember like when she becomes a person in that, she like has a little like white sheet on. And I remember that always like turning me on. Like that's all she's wearing.
Wow, you are a creep. At least I was getting off on actual titties.
You know who else I had a crush on? This is actually
Who? Oh, I
Bugs
know this. Bugs Bunny.
Bugs
Bugs
Bunny.
Bunny.
And then all my friends call me a furry because of this.
Yeah, but everyone gets away with finding Lola Bunny attractive.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you really made me feel better by pointing that out.
pointing out that I am attracted to Lola Bunny.
And everyone
Don't
is.
you dare! Don't you dare use this as the clip for the episode.
I'm like marking the time. Anyways, yeah, Bugs Bunny's sexy. He's based on Clark Gable, so
I don't find Clark Gable sexy. You know, I heard the story that
I
like
do.
he had really bad breath. So every time I
Ew,
see
don't
him,
tell me that.
every time I see him on screen, I'm like, oh, poor lady opposite him having his
I
big.
feel like
Ugh.
I feel like it seems like Jimmy Stewart would have awful breath.
Wow, you're really just laying into this guy. Can't catch a
would-
break, Jimmy Stewart.
You
Shay! Shay, leave me alone!
Mary.
What did I ever do to you?
It's so funny because it's like you're being so loud. It's like like it's like the blasted out sound when you say Jimmy Stewart lines. Anyways,
I know how to get to you.
You have to admit that his breath would be foul.
Shay. I'll chew some gum. Went a little bit like Italian American there, I think. I don't know what's going on there.
No.
I can't keep the Jimmy Stewart up for a prolonged period of time.
You can really only say like Shay.
Shay. Yeah, just a one syllable is easier. You ever see that movie Harvey?
Yes, he's a bunny in it.
He's not a well,
it's like Donnie Darko.
Yeah, it's just like Donnie Darko. Did you know that's the reason I watched it? Because I was obsessed with Donnie Darko as a teenager.
Me too.
And someone was like, you know, there's this bunny. This is a movie about a guy who imagines a bunny rabbit.
Turns out it's nothing like
it's nothing like Donnie Darko. No.
It's just that old fuck Jimmy Stewart being his lame ass self.
Harvey. Bunny rabbit.
He would call them bunny rabbits too.
Yeah. So anyway, this movie was directed by Cindy Sherman.
Wonderful artist Cindy Sherman.
Wonderful artist Cindy Sherman, who's still going today. She's almost like 70 now. Have you follow her on Instagram?
No. Is she active on there?
She's very active on Instagram.
She posts a lot of memes.
I think she posts more her artwork on there. I don't know if she's memeing. But worth checking out.
I think she's probably posting memes about her ex-husband. They divorced in the 90s.
The Johnny Mnemonic guy. Robert Longo. Why are you staring at me like I'm speaking a different fucking language? Her ex-husband. You're still just blankly staring. Are you Googling it or something?
Yeah.
Laughing in my fucking face like this. He directed Johnny Mnemonic with Keanu Reeves. This is a fact that I'm telling you. And if you could give me some sort of response other than laughing in my goddamn face, I'd very much appreciate it. Okay, that's all I'm going to get. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, Cindy Sherman directed this movie. Additional dialogue by Todd Haynes. And it's a super interesting movie. I mean, it's kind of a mishmash of many different genres and ideas, and it was terribly received at the time.
Yeah, I think they were a little hard on her. I didn't think it was that
They
bad.
were fucking extremely hard on her, and she ended up being very hard on herself because of it as well. And
she never made another film.
She never made another movie. And I read interviews with her throughout the years, and at one point she turns around and goes, "No, I might try and make another movie at some point."
But that was one
for
time.
so long
she was
afterwards,
probably just in a good mood that day, you know.
She probably started the day with a nice cup of Joe and was like, you know what, maybe I will make another movie.
Someone like kind of gave her a really nice compliment, you know.
She got her coffee for free at the place. They're like, no, this one's on us.
You know what, Cindy?
Like, okay.
This one's on us.
Hey, and Cindy, this one's on us.
Hey, Cindy. And someone said, you know, I thought Office Killer was pretty good, and she had a few bevies.
Oh yeah, one too many cocktails. Classic sin.
She had a bit of a crush on the interviewer.
Mm,
Not even a crush. It was kind of just like, when you kind of connect with someone instantly and you feel like they understand
right.
you at like a deep
Yeah,
level.
absolutely. Like me and you.
Um, yeah, like when you and I hung out, it was like electricity, and like I finally like felt like seen for the first time in my life, and
Oh wait,
like
does this sound like an alien ship?
whoa. Wait, now I don't hear anything.
Probably because I'm doing it too much.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, so I've perfected it over the years. I'm really into faking alien stuff and tricking people. You see
You're
all those
really into
reports where
that.
people are like, I saw an alien. That was me.
That was me. That's my work. Thank you
That's
so
my work.
much.
That's me throwing tinfoil in the air and making that noise.
Throwing, and people are like, works every time.
Oh man, the people are fucking suckers for it.
People want to believe,
People want to believe.
and you've made all your money off of that.
Oh my god, it's insane. Me, I'm
Billions.
hanging down by Area 51 all the time, throwing tinfoil in the air and just making money.
The dough keeps rolling in.
Step right up and see the alien. And then they pay me a dollar, and then I throw the tinfoil in the air. Whoa! Did you see that? And then they're so excited by it, they pay me another dollar. And that's how you double your money. And this movie's all about business, isn't it? It's all about the
Yeah, it's
corporate
about
world.
kind of like the office corporate world. You know what I was thinking? I was like, you know what this movie reminds me of? Guess what movie?
Office Space.
Wrong.
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 Next. Try again.
Next one. Come on.
Working Girl.
No. Wrong.
American Psycho.
No.
No.
It
Those are
reminded
the
me
only
of
movies sent officers. So.
it reminded me of Clock Watchers.
What's Clock Watchers?
You never seen that movie?
No, which one's that again?
It has Toni Collette, Parker Posey, other
Oh, the
people.
idea is that they're watching the clock.
Mm-hmm. And they work in an office.
Oh, Lisa Kudrow.
Yeah, Lisa Kudrow. John Early really likes that movie, and that's why I watched it.
Oh, Bob Balaban's in it. Paul Dooley. Some funny guys in this. There's some funny guys in this. Oh, it's written by a woman,
Yeah,
directed
it's
by a
pretty good.
woman. Clock Watchers. Yeah, no, I think maybe I've seen the trailer for this. What year did it come out? So the same year. Wow.
Oh, wow. This was just sort of a
Wow.
thing at the time, you know?
Well, that's the thing. There was a lot of movies about corporate USA sort of floating around in the mid to late 90s, because there was the technology boom,
Mm-hmm. Computer.
computer, which this movie's also about. Should we give a little rundown of what this movie's actually about, Shea? Do you want to take this one?
I forget what it's about. No, just kidding.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I want to take it. I want to take it.
Take it. Take it.
Let me grab this. This movie is about a magazine, and base and the
Jesus
people
fuck.
there. Oh, there's a magazine and there's layoffs happening.
Yeah. What's the magazine called? It's got a funny name.
No, I don't want to take this one. You take it.
No, no, no. You take
Okay,
it.
okay. What's the magazine called?
I can't remember. I've got it written down somewhere.
Okay.
Constant Consumer. It's called Constant Consumer.
Constant Consumer. That is funny and apt.
Mm.
It's a magazine. There are layoffs. Everybody is a bit stressed out. Simultaneously, they're implementing computers, and Carol Kane plays, what's her name again in it?
Doreen.
Doreen, which I love that name. And of course, her name is
Mm.
Doreen. And she is very good at her job, and she's a little bit odd, and people are kind of weirded out by her. She seems neurodivergent.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got weird drawn on eyebrows.
She does, which
They're
Cindy
kind of like
Sherman
this.
did herself. Did you know this? Cindy Sherman did that every day on set.
Of course she did. She's an
She
artist.
was exactly. She was like, I need these eyebrows just like this.
They're kind of like the eyebrows are like one is up, one is down. It's kind of like, oh, something going on kind of thing.
Yeah. It's very evocative of her style in her photography.
Yeah, it's kind of like the pencil drawn like 1920s eyebrows.
Mm, but done like with her eyes closed
Done with your
in the
eyes
dark.
closed, and one is always more up than the other.
Yeah. Um, and
It says
yes,
she
and
was married
then
to Michael Otter.
maybe she was just with Johnny Longo or
Okay,
whatever. No, not Johnny, Robert.
Johnny
Because I know that
Mnemonic.
Johnny Mnemonic, that's why I said Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
But then obviously the film starts off as this sort of like corporate satire thing and then moves into the realm of horror. Horror. Oh!
um, did that blow out your ears?
No, it actually, the recording nicely made it not happen. It did that thing where it just makes it silent, which was nice for me.
That's too bad because I want the people to hear that. It was a good scream.
Yeah, I think you have to do it far away from the microphone for it to register.
Did you hear that?
No, still doesn't register. That's crazy. Fuck.
Anyways,
Yeah. So it becomes a bit of a horror flick in its yes
in its styling.
in its styling exactly. um, so I think maybe at this point we start sort of just going through the movie. You want to do that,
Yeah.
or do you want anything to say more before we start? You seem distracted.
I'm reading my notes.
Oh, you made notes, did you?
Look at me.
So give people insight, Shay. Do you make notes on your computer during the movie, or do you make notes in a notebook like me?
I think the people will know which one I do, and you probably can guess.
You do it on your PC, your
Yeah.
personal computer.
I'm kind of like the people of this movie after Michael Imperioli hits them with his shit.
Yeah. So this was a Miramax movie.
Mm.
Oh, you know when that Dimension Films logo comes up, you're in for a treat.
Oh my goodness. I start
Um,
drooling.
uh,
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 Lisa goes, Jordan, what are you doing? I'm sorry. The Dimensions Films logo came up on the screen. What do you expect me to do? She grabs
do you
some
remember like
tissues to
before
wipe away the
Spy
drool.
Kids, there was like a little, I don't know. Never mind.
What, some sort of like
Remember there was like a little boy
studio
drawn, but
logo?
was that a different studio? Because I do remember them. Anyways, I don't never mind.
Okay, well, it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to go on a Spy Kids tangent this week, but tune in next week, folks, where we might.
We can because I do remember in Spy Kids when they can just like get a burger instantly that looks like it was just made.
Yes, I do remember this.
Okay, that was our Spy Kids tangent
Spy Kids Corner. Spy Kids
corner.
Corner with a K.
Oh yeah, we do have another corner there. Yeah, Kids Corner, Spy Kids
Kids
Corner.
Corner. Spy Kids Corner. KIDZ. Oh no, that's not how the movie's spelled. That won't work. Did you know that Richard Linklater has a cameo in the second Spy Kids movie? Him and his daughter.
That's really fun. No, I didn't. Here's a new movie
I
coming out.
Yes. What's it called again? The something?
Something Killer?
No,
Office
really?
Killer?
Yeah, I think it's called Office Killer, and I believe it was directed by Cindy Sherman in 1997.
But it's directed by Cindy Sherman, but directed by Richard Linklater.
Well, that's the thing with AI now. They just change that bit, and then they just type in Richard Linklater directs Office Killer, and then they just release the version that AI makes.
Yeah, starring Glenn Powell now.
starring Glenn Powell
I
instead of
hate
Carol
Glenn
Kane.
Powell, by the way. I think he's
What
fucking
I
weird.
know his face. What have I even seen him in? What's his like main thing?
He was in Top Gun. He's in Everybody Wants Some,
Oh
your
God,
favorite
yeah.
movie.
I don't actually like that movie that much, but I do have a T-shirt of it.
Oh,
Did
I
you know
thought you
that?
loved it. No, I mean, yes, I did know that. He's
Hitman. It's
in
called Hitman.
Hitman. He's
Hitman.
in The Setup, a movie my
Fucks.
cousin made me watch.
Do you mean Set It Up?
Set It Up, yeah, sorry. Apologies to the Set It Up family.
Yeah. Oh, the family. Being on that set was
Family.
like it's just like a being part of a big family.
Oh my God.
It was just great, you know. It was like, you know, I'd be grabbing breakfast with Zoe Deutsch, and it would just be like she was my sister.
But the crew too. Like we got really close to the crew as well. Like they
Oh my
were,
God, absolutely.
I would say like our family.
Oh my God, absolutely. The set decorator, Alexandra Mazur, man, it
I
was
thought you were
just like
gonna
she
say
was
the
like,
set death.
oh, the set death. We don't like to talk about that. That was quite a sad day on set, to be honest. But we all plodded along and we got through it.
Yeah, it was the next day. It was kind of like almost like it didn't happen.
Yeah, yeah. I actually forgot their name, the person who died.
Yeah, was it because it was like some grip or something? Like,
Yeah, and it was like a foreign sounding name, so
right.
it
I
doesn't really
never
stick
really
in the
got his
brain.
name right.
No, I don't actually think I knew his name
Well, because I
actually
think
at
we just
all.
called him like Bob, right? Because it was kind of hard to
Yeah,
say.
it
And
was
yeah.
too long and confusing, and
But may
yeah,
God rest his soul.
no one really liked him. But yeah, may God rest his
No,
soul.
yeah.
He didn't really feel like a part of the family.
No, in a way, it was kind of like, thank God he's gone.
Yeah, he kind of felt like a sort of like a third cousin or something, and you're like, how did you even get an invite to the event? You know?
Yeah, someone who kind of just brings in negative energy.
Yeah, yeah, too quiet. We were all laughing,
What
and
are
he
you
was never really
hiding?
laughing. What are you
No, yeah.
hiding? He didn't make
Turns
it
out
feel
what
like
he
a
was
nice
hiding
family
was
breakfast.
pancreatic cancer. What?
Oh my goodness gracious. May he rest in peace. Rest in
May
peace, Bob.
God. No, yeah, rest in
That's
peace.
let's get that printed on a t-shirt. Rest in peace,
Rest in
Bob.
peace, Bob.
Always one of the
Bob.
family. Rest
Yeah,
in
he's
peace, Bob.
always welcome in the family.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Office Killer, 1997.
yeah, so in Office Killer, Carol Kane, she first of all, I love Carol Kane.
I think she is an incredible actor and deserves more leading roles. She is fantastic in this. She absolutely kills it. She's so good.
She is
Have you
so good.
have you seen Hester Street?
I knew you were gonna ask me this. I really want to see Hester Street, but I haven't seen it.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Good Jewish movie.
Mm-hmm.
My mother would be like, you know what? You know Hester Street. You should marry her. She's a good Jewish movie.
That's
The
cute.
kind of movie you'd be happy to bring home to your mother. You know.
I just burped.
And I just made a noise because I drank my water. um yeah, Carol Kane obviously is an incredibly talented actor, comedic actor as well. She does it. She's got some good comedy chops in this. You know, it's all kind of toned down comedy, but obviously in
Yeah,
that
she was
Unbreakable
making it.
Kimmy Schmidt show, she's very very funny.
She's very funny on that. She was making us, my mother and I, laugh in
That's
certain
great.
times.
Um,
They kind of purposefully make her unattractive, but I still found her attractive.
yeah, I actually like. I think still to this day,
You'd
I'd probably
smash.
take her on it. I'd smash. I'd take her on a nice wine and dine date, and then sort of have her back around my house, and we'd sort of have nice intellectual chats, and then sort of lean into each other, and maybe kiss a little bit.
The kind of kiss where you're like
No, no, no.
nervously.
I'm going full tongue.
Oh, okay.
Ah, straight in
I
with the
thought
tongue.
earlier when you were talking about this, I thought you were saying maybe like take her out to the shed and fuck her.
Jesus Christ, no! She's a classy lady.
Yeah, she is. We'll cut
Well,
that.
I like that you're becoming the more controversial person on this podcast. It makes me feel better about myself.
Sex shouldn't have to be controversial, Jordan.
You can get away with it because you're a woman. If I was making these jokes, double standards in it.
You'd be nailed to a cross.
A woman, a
Huh?
woman, a woman,
A woman?
a woman.
He improvised that line.
What, the James Bond?
Yeah.
A woman?
A woman?
Yeah, so I thought I'd say a woman because I was surprised that it was a woman.
You don't see a woman doctor. Is that
You
good?
don't see a woman doctor very often, so I thought if I said a woman, people would be like, oh,
People
yes,
would
a
be
woman.
comforted because it's like, otherwise they're thinking, they're holy shit, a woman doctor.
They're just gonna have a woman doctor in this movie and not mention it? That's crazy.
Right. And you don't want to have to sit with the thought alone, you know? You need Sean
Mm.
Connery there, sort of like, it's
A
okay.
woman?
Yes. A woman?
A woman? I like how much you're latching onto this bit.
That's what I do, buddy.
That's what I do, buddy.
That's what
You're
I
like a
do.
barnacle. You're like a barnacle, man.
Oh, I just wait, what sense? Like I suck up bits.
Yeah, you suck up bits. You suck onto the bit and you don't let go.
Yeah, and I keep it going way too long.
I'm getting a phone call
Answer it.
on mic.
Yeah.
Hello? It hung up on me.
Oh, damn. Do you think it was scam likely?
What does scam likely mean? Is that someone you went to school with?
I love that joke.
Scam likely. I'm gonna Google the number and see if it's one of these prank ones. What's your
Prank?
guess? Well,
What does
not
that
prank
mean?
ones. I mean a scam.
You mean scam likely?
What? So what did you stop saying that? Like I'm supposed to know what
I
you
guess
mean.
this is like an American thing, but our phones in America, if it's a scam likely, it'll say scam likely instead of the number.
Oh, ours aren't that smart. It looks like lots of people have Googled this and no one has said what it is.
Well,
Likely a
if
scam.
loads of people have Googled it, it's probably scam likely.
Oh, wait, look. Phone house company scam. When I tried to call back, the line was dead. No, sometimes I like to talk to these guys, though, and sort of like tease them.
Mm-hmm. Razz them a bit.
Yeah, I'm like, so what do you want to sell me, buddy?
Hey, if you want to sell it, sell it. Stay on the line, bud.
Yeah,
I
they
do
panic.
wish I kind of miss, or I never really experienced this, but like if people were calling and telemarketing, I'm so lonely that I would chat with them.
Wow. Yeah, it's not as much of an industry anymore, I don't think.
No, but I think even when it was, I guess you had to like really stick to a script. So it probably wouldn't be that great of a conversation.
We started this podcast at a good time for you then, really, didn't we?
How do you mean?
You get to talk to me like I'm sort of like a telephone operator for like a good couple hours at a time.
Yeah, did my mom hire you to make me less lonely?
Yeah, she did. Shay's looking so lonely these days. She just needs someone to talk to. She gave me the idea for the podcast and everything.
Oh, wow. That makes a lot
And
of
any idea that
sense.
you think is yours, she implanted into your brain.
Oof. This is all very devastating when I find out at the end of the film.
Yeah. But we're still in the first act. You have no idea.
Yeah, right now I'm just like, wow, why is my life so good suddenly?
My life's pretty great right now. Actually, things are kind of looking up for me.
You know, it's
Little
like
do
the
you
first
know.
time someone asked, like, how are you? And the answer is actually good.
Yeah, I'm actually doing pretty good.
So yeah, Office Killer.
Office Killer, yeah. Um,
there's,
so it's set
there's
in
a
an
reddish
office.
color grading going on.
Yeah, and it's got these sort of like off yellow kind of whitey, white like off white kind of colors and everything. The office looks quite unpleasant to be in.
I have to say, I like this color grading more than in Summer of Sam.
Summer of Sam. Yeah, I agree. I think it looks better. I think Cindy Sherman has a fucking great eye, to be honest. Like
I wanted to be the first to say this. I wanted to be the first
that's
to say this.
well, I said it. It's a photographer's eye. and her framing and her blocking of stuff is just really beautiful.
This movie is so like artistically interesting
Yeah, so well composed.
and pretty. Um, can we talk about the title cards?
Of course, we can talk about the title cards. You go ahead.
I freaked out when I saw the title cards. I think they're my favorite title cards I've ever seen.
That's amazing.
I'm so obsessed.
I'm so happy for you.
It's such a practical, simple effect, and it looks so cool. Oh,
Yeah. Can you try and explain it?
yeah, I think so. I think it's just basically like a projector with the text like moving along. It's like a dark room, and then the only thing lit up is like the text coming like
Yeah, it's like
sliding
scrolling
down
down.
across various objects in an office in Futura.
And it looks fucking great.
It looks amazing.
A simple practical effect.
That was
And
like my
people,
favorite part of the movie.
yeah, switch it off at the beginning credits. Um, yeah, it's interesting. I think maybe I don't think we're going to take this film quite as piece by piece as we have done with our previous movies, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it's more interesting to talk about in like a wider scope, to be honest. Um, but yeah,
I think the
I have it.
characters.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
No. Do you think the characters?
I just thought they're a bit like caricatures.
Yeah, again, this is very iconic of her work. It's all about sort of like caricatures of human beings
Yeah.
and uh, sort of heightened versions of real types.
Which I think is good in art. Like it's an
Mm.
interesting concept in art, but kind of watching a whole movie of it is a little bit flat.
That's the thing. I think the for all of the great stuff about this movie, which there is a lot of great stuff, I think maybe it doesn't really come together as in the end as something quite as cohesive as the sum of its parts. You know.
I think it would have been a nice like short film to see in a museum or something, you know?
Yeah. Having said that, it's only 83 minutes,
Yeah.
and
Um,
it's yeah. I think yeah, maybe if it was like a half hour, it would be like really impressive. But it's quite
yeah, if
hard
it
to
was a
live
half
in this movie for an hour and a half. It's quite depressing.
yeah, it is. And it's a bit like I think once you know what's up, it's like kind of just watching what you know is going to unfold.
Which is wild that there's a whole book about it.
Yeah, what is the yeah, what is the book?
It's kind of just sort of talks about it in relation to Cindy Sherman's work and how like
Oh, that sounds
technology
interesting.
becoming like a non-negotiable part of a workspace.
Yeah,
Um,
it is
and
interesting
like
how it like there's work from home in this, which is like
yes,
it could be read as a response to COVID, but it was way before that.
which proves that COVID was an inside job.
Yeah, and Cindy Sherman was in on it.
Yeah, I reckon so. But it talks about like the devaluing of the human body and stuff, which is all themes that are like part of Cindy
Her work.
Sherman's work as a whole.
Yeah.
And I think there's potential. Like obviously, I think well, she talked about how her experience working on this movie wasn't a good time for her because she in her practice as well, like she is the subject of most of her photographs as well. So like
She's completely
she
working alone. She does
yeah,
every aspect of it.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So working as part of a team, which I don't know if you've ever made a film, Shay, have you? Have you ever worked on a film
Is it
on a film
TikTok a
set or
film?
anything? No, a TikTok's not a film.
Okay. Then no.
Um, it's the most collaborative thing, like it's fully like controlling a whole group of people. I think someone high up on the movie claimed that she just wasn't very good at telling people what to do. She didn't like doing it. So it didn't really her vision never really fully came to what it could have been.
Hmm.
Um but having said that, like it's got more of a narrative like structure and pull than a lot of uh movies. I don't know, like
Yeah,
it's
then like
well
what you
put
might
together.
think of like an artist making a movie would be. It's got like a
Yeah,
pretty normal plot and shit.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Um,
Um,
I think well, like Carol Kane. Like, do we want to talk about the plot more? I guess like how she starts murdering people and stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And let's just give a general overview. So the first instance is she accidentally kills someone in the first instance, which is a creepy guy at her work who's fixing some electrical bits just after having sort of inappropriately like massaged her shoulders.
Which really
Um,
triggers her because Eric Bogosian, her dad, molested
yes,
her.
Eric Bogosian playing her dad was a pretty cool treat.
I
Uh,
4 times said to my mom, "Is that Eric Bogosian?" And she's like, "I think so."
Wow, I wish I could sit and watch it with you guys. I
It
watched
would
it
be
with
really
Issa,
fun. I think the
and
four of
she
us
didn't. Neither of
would,
us said is that Eric Bogosian at any point.
because it was just known.
Yes, it was known. This is an Eric Bogosian household. Have you ever seen Talk Radio?
No,
There's an Oliver Stone movie where he plays a radio jockey, and um he's like a bit controversial,
he's like a Howard
and
Stern type.
yeah, it's like a Howard Stern type, and it doesn't really work as a movie. IMO, it's more of like a play vibe, but he's great in it. You know, he's also written books like novels.
Yeah, and he's written like plays and stuff. Is that
Yeah, yeah,
true?
yeah. I don't know about that, but I've seen his books in the charity shop near my house.
I'd be interested in that. He seems like a really
Yeah,
cool dude.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He does seem like a cool dude.
I
Obviously,
like
he was
him.
very good in Uncut Gems not too long ago.
You may know him from.
Uncut Gems. um. Also, have you seen? Wait, is this the movie that he's in? Gossip? Is that the movie where he plays the professor? Do you know this movie Gossip from
No.
2000? Oh my god, you gotta watch Gossip, my dude. I need to check that he's actually in this because I could be mixing it up with another movie. Yeah, he is. He plays the professor. So basically, Gossip is this movie with my friend Kate Hudson. I say that because
Friend.
I sat near her at a show recently.
Oh, it's Davis
Uh,
Guggenheim. Wow.
uh, yeah, and it's got James Marsden in and Lena Headey, and it's about this.
I like the poster a lot. It has lips at the bottom, like kissing up.
Yes, I've wanted to buy that poster on eBay. I've almost bought it so many times.
That's awesome.
It's not an incredible movie, but it's got a lot of great stuff going on in it, and it's basically about these. Why are you dancing like that? Are you having another diva moment with your mic? Are you showing off that mine is really loosely attached and I can't do so much dancing with my microphone?
Yeah. This is like when you were bragging about not sitting on the floor.
Oh yeah, true. Anyway, gossip's about this these college students who have to come up with this class project about, and they come up with this project about how gossip spreads, and it starts to like go out of control and become really dark and dodgy.
That sounds really good.
It's great. It's great fun. It was the first movie that me and Issa watched in the last house that we moved into. And I remember we hadn't got, it
The
was
one with
nothing in the
mold.
house, just the TV. No, the one after
Mm.
that. But there was, we just had the TV and the sofa, and like everything else was just bare and in boxes. And I remember sitting there and getting a nice takeaway and watching gossip. It was a great evening.
That made me hungry.
Kind of
I'm
made me
kind of
hungry too.
hungry.
Do you need a snack break?
You wanna? Because I do kind of have to
Uh,
pee as well.
yeah, okay, let's take a snack break.
Bye, buddy.
Like, Shea, welcome back from the snack break. How was your snack?
Right.
I'm not threatening you, Shea. I used this knife to chop up my apple that I just ate. I had an apple and I had some raisins. Oh, don't get your dirty spoon out on camera, man. That's disgusting. This is like a Cindy Sherman movie. Where had we gotten to? I think the last thing we were talking about was Eric Bogosian's filmography.
We got deep into Eric.
We got deep into the Bogos.
I don't think that
ne-
people do that enough.
I don't think people do that enough.
I think they should talk
Um,
about Eric.
well, let's talk about the other people who are in this movie, the big names, because there's a Jean Triplehorn, obviously.
She's always in these.
She's pretty sexy. What do you think?
Mm.
But she's
You know,
also got this kind of like mum vibe.
I my mom and I were talking about this. I think she's pretty, but I know she doesn't do it for me, and I kind of find her annoying.
She's kind of annoying. I think because I like her in Basic Instinct because she's kind of a bit like uptight.
Do you like an uptight girl?
I like to see if I can loosen them up a bit, you know.
I don't like her in that. I don't like her in Twister. I don't know.
I haven't seen Twister, which is probably what we're gonna do next week at this rate.
I love Twister.
Obviously there's Molly Ringwald or Moldy Ringworm, as I like to call her.
That's
Why are you laughing?
misogynistic. That's
Oh, okay.
misogynistic. My mom goes, "Is that Molly Ringwald?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Stands up. Is that Molly Ringwald?
What do they do in Invasion of the Body Snatchers when they see
That. You know, I've never seen that version of the movie. I've only
But
seen the
you've seen
50s
the
one.
No, that's the one where they do that. Oh no, in the 50 ones they go like, "Ah," don't they scream or something?
Yeah, I can't really remember. But the 50s one, the 70s one is one where they point with, what's his face? Kiefer Sutherland's dad.
Donald.
Donnie Suthers.
I
And then there
I
was a,
like Donald Sutherland.
yeah, me too. And then there was a version in the 90s by our friend Abel Ferrara. Just called Body Snatchers, I think.
And then there's the one with Daniel Craig and Nicole Kidman called Invasion.
Oh, is that the same thing? I didn't realize that was the same thing.
My mom and I were obsessed with that movie.
Your mum's basically a third member of this podcast at this point.
Too bad we'll never have her on.
Why would we never have her on? Is she no good on podcasts?
She's shit on podcasts. No, I really hope we'll have her on. Why was that so funny?
Just so funny how aggressively you said your mum was shit there.
Guess what I got a notification from? It's from Tinder. Oh no.
I know. Okay, I saw it for a sec. What does it say? You need to get some. It's been too long.
Yes, essentially that.
Iowa is full of hotties. Find one in your area. Iowa. Local MILFs in Iowa want you.
Click to see the goat man.
Click to see the goat man. So yeah, Jean Triplehorn, Moldy Ringworm, and obviously our boy Mike Imperioli is in this one as well. He was our link.
Michael Imperioli.
It was our link to the movie. Link. And he's pretty
Join
cute
us
in this
on our
one
journey,
too,
listen along, and build the chain with us.
Join us on our journey, listen along, and build the chain with us.
Shea and Jordan out.
Shea and Jordan go boating out on the water. But yeah, so there's some great actors in there, and I'm sure that all of them were very excited to work with Cindy Sherman, especially her being a New Yorker and all. This is some very New Yorkies, Carol Kane and Michael Imperioli.
Yeah, she was like Julia Fox. She was like the Julia Fox of the time, like a New York legend.
Oh, sure, of course, yeah. I don't think I'd get along with Julia Fox, you know.
Why?
Well, Cindy Sherman's talented. What's she got?
Julia Fox?
Yeah, what's she got?
Well, she made art as well. She has like a lot of art she's made.
Oh, I've never seen it. I've only seen her act in like 2 movies.
And I think she has cool style and I like her vibe.
Do you wish you were a New York socialite?
I think about that sometimes. Like, I see how these New York socialites have to go to like so many events. I think that would really exhaust me.
Oh God, events, events, events.
I would rather
That's
be
all
more
it
like a
is.
Chloe Wise.
A Pennywise or what?
Chloe Wise.
Who's that? Someone you went to school with?
She's a painter. She's a New York socialite, and I wish I was her.
Oh, she's pretty. Oh, she looks cool.
Yeah, she's very, very cool. I'm jealous. And she's friends with Eric Wareheim.
Oh, sure. Who isn't there? I could be friends with Eric Wareheim.
He follows my friend Cindy on Instagram. So,
Hey, Cindy.
hey, Cindy.
What's Cindy doing? Why is she not on the podcast? What's her deal?
We can have her
Should we
on.
have Cindy Corner?
Cindy Corner. She's gonna, by the way, she's gonna love all this mention of her.
Yeah, she's a narcissist just like us.
Mm-hmm.
Where's she based?
Portland. She went to Amsterdam with me.
Portland. Oh, of course. I like. Yeah, we're always pointing at the camera. This is why everyone should be watching this on YouTube instead of listening in their headphones. They're missing all the pointing stuff.
Hey, that's where the good shit's at. I also like to sometimes I make a face at the camera or something like that.
Yeah, I'm always making faces. I notice I do this a lot. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I like that. How
It's
do you
very
feel?
cheeky. It feels very cheeky.
You're a cheeky motherfucker.
Also, her boss in this movie is played by Barbara Zukovka, something like that. Her name is. She's
Mm-hmm.
in a bunch of Fassbinder movies, but the
Fassbender.
late ones that I've never seen.
She's in Lola and
Yeah,
Berlin
I never saw Lola.
Alexander Platz.
Should we do Berlin Alexanderplatz till 10 hours next week?
Yeah. We could do Lola. That
Uh,
could be cool. Is that what your plan was all along?
no, no, no. Honestly, I don't have a plan. Um, we're just building the chain together. Listen along with us. Build the chain. Whatever the
Join
fuck
us on
the
our
thing is.
journey, listen along, and build the chain with us.
Join us on our journey. Listen along and build the chain with us. Join us on our journey. Listen along and
Do
build
you
the chain
think
with
I
us.
have
Join
that
us on our journey. Listen along
memorized?
and build. Yes, you do.
I don't. Every time I'm just looking at our website, it's in the footer of it.
Wow. Should I get it tattooed underneath my chain? Join us on our
Yeah.
journey. Listen along and build the chain with us.
And build the chain with us.
Branding. Marlon branding. Is that something?
Yeah, that is definitely something.
um.
He's a sexy
Anyway,
MF.
Marlon Brando.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What you mean? Like right at the end, he was really sexy.
Yeah, especially at the end there.
Took him a while to grow into it. I think.
Yeah, we were like, okay, this is an awkward phase for many years.
Hmm. Finally moved out of his awkward phase. Wait, what's all this tongue work you're doing?
Been studying tongue play. I don't know. That was gross.
Cut that.
Cut that.
This is a note to the editor to cut that. um, again, I don't really want to get into the nitty gritty of this movie for some reason. It just doesn't interest me to like be like, and then she does this, and then she does this. But I
She
think it's
has a
important to
mother.
mention. Yes.
No, what do you think is important to mention? I'm curious.
Yeah, as a mother, I was going to important to mention how the killings proceed.
Yeah, but meanwhile, she has
the
a
initial
mother
one.
who she hates, who is in a wheelchair and is also
Which,
very annoying.
yeah.
And kind of in a psycho. It's very psycho-esque.
Yeah. But it turns out that she's in a wheelchair because when she was a kid, Carol Kane's character, Doreen, well, the implication is that her father is like molesting her. And she's told her mother about it, and her mother is like being like, she's making stuff up. So she resents her mother too.
Yeah, her mother's definitely a cunt.
Yes.
My
note
mom
to use that. Yeah, note to use that as a clip for the episode.
Your mother's a cunt. My mom was like, is she just doing all this killing because she wants to kill her mom? Like, why doesn't she just kill her mom? I guess she just likes her at the end of the day. Oh, I just had a thought.
Oh, say it.
Because like with the dead bodies, she likes to like take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she just likes taking care of people that she has power over, kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't think any of this really has a cohesive answer. I
I
think
think
this
that's the
film is
thing
so
too.
ideas.
Yeah.
It's so many ideas thrown at the wall that it's like no one's really thought about like what this character really means. Um,
Yeah, there's like a lot of devices where I'm like, I wish that had a deeper meaning, but I'm pretty sure it
mm.
doesn't.
But yeah, anyway, she causes the car crash that makes them crash the car, and her dad dies. Piece of shit.
I
And
love how the way she gets her dad to crash the car is just like jerking his arm around as though that makes,
yeah,
makes
just
it
pulling
go
his arm.
directly into a pole.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so then after that first killing, the accidental one, she brings home the body, sets it up in her house. She starts killing people and sort of bringing them back to her house and setting them up as little like dolls in her house to look after.
One thing is like everybody's like very, very mean to her and they're bullying her. Um, and I don't know why I wanted to say that so badly, but that's why she's killing them.
She has motive essentially, yeah, with all of them. Like she has specific reason why she doesn't like them. Uh, from the small to the large, you know.
I was kind of talking to my mom this morning and I was like, isn't it kind of problematic to like imply that the weirdo, like kind of creepy person is, or like neurodivergent person is like killing people? But then Cindy Sherman says that Carol Kane is essentially her. I don't know.
Yeah. And I don't doubt that Cindy Sherman probably falls under that umbrella. I doubt that she murders people though. I'm just saying that off the bat.
You
That's my
don't know
guess.
where she gets those prosthetics. How are they so damn good?
That's so true. So you heard it here first. Hashtag Syndicate.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Syndicate.
you see? Did you see all this stuff? Syndicate stuff. You know
Really? Is
about
that
this?
a thing?
Oh, basically, in her like first project when she was out of university or whatever in the 70s, she did some blackface and as
Oh,
part
I
of
did
one
see
of
that.
her
Yeah.
one of her things. Um, but we shan't get into that discussion on the pod.
I'll
Uh,
take a stand against blackface.
I take a stand against it too,
Okay.
but there's other things about the whole thing that I would talk about. But well, I'm not gonna air my
That's not
political
our
opinion.
job, and that's not what
It's
we
not our
talk about
job.
here.
We're here to talk about the movies and hiccup directly into the mic.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was quite a shocking one. You were so close to the microphone because you were leaning in to look at your computer.
Sorry.
That's okay. Um, so that's where a lot of the gore comes in, is in her basement when these corpses are sort of rotting away. And I like the scene where she tries to sort of clean him up with like
Squeegee, the
the screen
Windex.
cleaner, yeah, the Windex,
Hmm.
and then tapes it over his rotting skin.
I like that stuff in the movie. I think it's cool. And I like how she makes fingers. She puts fingers instead of clock hands or whatever
So
you
yeah,
call
I like that. Yeah, clock hands. Yeah.
clock hands. Yeah,
Um,
clock hands, clock hands.
yeah, clock hands. Yeah, clock hands. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so I think we've kind of touched upon like the main like points of the movie. Um, but yeah, it's all of this sort of aesthetic that makes the film kind of depressing. Is that a cow on a skateboard?
It is.
Um, and for what reason?
I don't know, just to mix it up a bit.
mm. But there was a lot of talk in this book about yeah, different caricatures of women. Sort of all of these characters embody a certain type, and they're all sort of yeah, caricatures of these types, which
Hmm.
is her whole thing. But yeah, successful? I don't know. Not unsuccessful. I think there's a lot to love about this movie.
Yeah, I do think it was like very unfairly hated.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Especially when like American Psycho gets like the praise it gets a few years later when it's kind of doing a similar thing.
yeah, yeah, totally. Um, people are people are sexist.
People are sexist, even though American Psycho was directed by a woman. I think it's more about the
I meant that it's like starring a man, I guess.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I genuinely do think that that is part of the reason that that movie is received better
Sigma male.
because people hate to see a girl boss winning.
They hate it.
They hate it so damn much, Shay.
Jean Tripplehorn was uncomfortable filming a scene in which her character stumbles onto a dead body. I don't feel bad for you, Jean Tripplehorn.
It's not real, bro. It's
Like,
not like you're Mira Sorvino getting spat in the face.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, Mira Sorvino has room to complain, like filming an orgy and being spat in the face, improvised by fucking...
Jean's like I put my hand in jam. This is unacceptable.
put my hand in red paint. Like, okay, shut up, Jean. I don't care for her. I do like Molly Ringwald, and I think she's very cute in this.
She's incredibly irritating in this. Would you not agree? She's supposed to be incredibly irritating.
yeah, she is
staring me down, man.
No, she's annoying, but I just find her cute in it.
Bro, you gotta empty your bin, man. It's getting out of hand.
I know.
What people don't know is that before the podcast, Issa sort of tidied up behind me on my image, but no one did that for you, Shay. Your mum didn't come in and go, "Should I throw the bin out for you?" Yeah, you don't have a wife.
Just ask my
wife.
Which
is a shame. Who doesn't exist. Right?
Should I go clean up the garbage area? It's like
are you really self-conscious of it now? No, I think people will notice at this point, unless you want to cut the whole episode up until this point.
Yeah, that was
so welcome to Shea and Jordan Go Boating. The bin, man. the garbage.
Oh, that's what you've been talking about this whole time?
See, me and Shay talk differently, and that's what's so great about this podcast. This feels like it's going to be a shorter episode than usual.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's all been so good and so fun.
We've been so good and so concise.
Leave them wanting more.
Hey guys,
you know what
can I get a fix? Can I get a fix of Shea and Jordan Go Boating? Subscribe to the Patreon. Thank you very much. Shay, tell them to subscribe.
Subscribe to the Patreon. Link is on our website and in the episode description. Because the link, I haven't figured out how to make it like patreon.com/Shea and Jordan Go Boating. I don't know how to do that. If anyone knows, please email me.
Email Shay at shay.com. Is your email out there in the public, like your regular email? Or do you have like a special email? Because you're so big and famous. There's a lot of this episode where you're just fucking staring me down. And again, this only works on the YouTube media. Otherwise, it's just like weird gaps.
I don't care.
I don't give a fuck. Wow.
Fuck you.
That was the first owl of the whole episode.
Did you like how she drank tea with cocoa and sweet and low?
Yeah, that was disgusting. They talked about that in the book, being like her sort of like her. I read like loads of this book, by the way. About her sort of being caught between being an adult and a child, you know.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And then she drops the dead mouse in the garbage disposal. Oh, that's something I wanted to talk about. Garbage disposals. We don't have those here. What the fuck is that all about?
Really? Like, what
are
they?
Dangerous. No, I know what they are, but like, it seems dangerous to me.
Right, yeah, because that's always in movies where they're like putting their hand in them.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, they're not. You just don't put your hand in them. It's very easy.
I don't know. It still feels
unsafe. It's like a blender. You could say a blender is dangerous. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, but like a blender, you have to like plug in and shit. It's not like a built-in appliance. You have to
turn on a disposal for it to be on.
Yeah, but what if like something flicks the switch or whatever, you know?
While you happen to have your hand in the thing.
I once went on a subreddit to post about it because I remembered very vividly the scene of someone dropping something in a garbage disposal and then very consciously being like, I shouldn't put my hand in there to get it out. And then they go and try and like go in there and take it out. And I could not for the life of me remember what it was from. but it wasn't from a movie, so that's why it was
Was
so
it in
difficult to figure it out.
Heroes?
No, but it was a TV show. It was in The Leftovers.
Oh yeah, because that happens in Heroes too, the show with Hayden Panettiere.
Oh,
It happens
sure.
to Hayden Panettiere, I think. Because she
Is it
can like
her?
regenerate her body really fast.
Oh, I never saw that show.
I thought it was so good at the time, but I was a child, to be fair.
Yeah, I remember it coming out. I remember I was on holiday during the summer where it first aired in the UK. Why do I remember that? I don't know, but I
Where were
do.
you on holiday?
France.
Mm, I
Europe,
live
not Texas.
I live in France, you know.
No, you don't anymore. You can't say that anymore. You're back in Iowa, where you belong.
Go back to
You should
Iowa.
come. You should come on over here. We've got free healthcare. You know about that?
I am coming. I'm coming.
Hurry the fuck up.
I need to get a job.
Yeah. So if anyone has any links for Shea to a job, we're also putting that out
If
there.
anyone wants
If
to
anyone,
hire me to do graphic
she
design
is
or
incredibly talented, as you can see from everything she does.
thanks, mate.
Uh, cheers, pal. You're starting to talk like one of us already. It's great. You're going to fit right in. It's a sonic medium, Shay. Thumbs up don't work here.
Sorry.
Thank you. Um, yeah, any sort of like closing thoughts on the movie before we yeah, very funny. Any closing thoughts on the movie before we decide what happens next week?
Oh my god, I always forget that that's a part of the podcast.
It's like a whole massive part of the podcast is that we have to like figure out what we're talking about next week.
It's so massive.
It's huge.
Fucking huge.
It's fucking huge.
Can we do Lola?
You want to do Lola? We could
I don't
maybe
know.
do
That's
Lola.
just I guess it's an option.
That's an option. I was thinking we could also go down that Todd Haynes link.
Oh, I was thinking that too.
I was thinking that as well.
What Todd Haynes would you be interested in?
Uh,
I haven't
let's
seen
go
that
on Todd.
many, to be fair.
Really? Which ones have you not seen that you've wanted to see?
I've not seen Velvet Goldmine.
I don't like that movie. I don't want to talk about that movie.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about that movie at all.
What movie do you want to talk about?
Out of his, I'd like to rewatch Safe. I haven't seen that in a long time.
People would probably get really excited about Safe.
Yeah, people are really into that movie, aren't they?
I've seen it, but it's yeah, not a movie I love.
Okay, well then maybe not that one. Then we don't have to do that.
No, but I'm interested in giving it another chance. I don't know.
Yeah, when did you watch it?
Oh, it's been uh maybe like 8 years or something like absurd like that.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, same probably to be honest. We looking at the producer Christine Vachon, who's the one who brought the film to Cindy Sherman. She is a very interesting selection of movies she's produced. Have a look at these.
1 second.
I've given you 1 second, and you're not there yet. There's some good movies here, and some interesting movies. She's worked with a lot of the art house American filmmakers and such. And her
Hold on,
newest
hold on,
movie.
hold on, hold on.
Oh my god, just get to the page already.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. What's her
Hold
name?
on, hold on, hold on. Christine Vachon or Vacon?
Okay, okay. Um, okay. Yeah, this is a lot of movies. This is a lot of movies.
Past Lives being her most
Can we
recent
do
one.
Vox Lux?
Oh my god, I was thinking the exact same thing. Should we do Vox Lux? I'd love to rewatch Vox Lux.
100%. Let's do Vox Lux.
Amazing! The Vox Lux link. Brady Corbett's 2018 Vox Lux. Was which is going to be very interesting. That was a great movie. I really liked it back in 2018 when I saw it. Very
Same
excited to see
here.
it again.
An
And
unsung masterpiece.
I think so. I think it's going to be very exciting getting into his whole thing.
His whole thing.
His whole thing. Yeah, I almost want to talk about it now.
I'm
But
just
no,
having like
Vox
scenes
Lux.
from it flashing in my head. Like it's all coming back to
Yeah,
me.
I
Remember
remember
when
being.
they're in the car tunnel?
Yes, I do remember when they're in the car tunnel. Oh, that'll be a treat. Okay, so Vox Lux, the link,
I actually am so glad we're doing Vox Lux.
and the link,
And
just to
Jordan,
establish, is through the producer Christine Vachon. Maybe we'll find out how to pronounce her name. And Jordan,
Jordan, thank you so much for thinking of this link and for joining me today in this conversation.
oh my God, thank you so much too. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been a complete pleasure. You're a wonderful friend of mine. Join us on our journey. Listen along
Listen
and build
along and build the chain with us. No,
with
you're supposed to
us.
stop. We have to. Okay, let's try and say it at the same time. Okay,
Join us on
join us on a
join
join us.
join
Join us
join us on our
our
journey.
journey. Listen
Then along
along and
and build
build the
the chain
chain with
with
us.
us.
Wow, it became a song at the end. That's so beautiful. I'm very proud of us.
Me too.
Okay, bye.
Sorry, bye. Sorry for not talking for half the episode.
Yeah, just nodding.
Sorry for staring blankly the whole episode.
Dumb fuck.